Well, probably mainly the people that I still interact with. Bert has gone off in his direction, Bert Dubrow, but we just always tend to collide, and I keep up with Bert, and we don't see each other all the time, but I did, and John Coleman and I produced a TV show that he hired me to host, and that was a lot of fun and a great memory I have when I first came out to Los Angeles. I have seen Mike Markovsky over the years, and we actually worked on something together at one point, and when I was with Interpublic, he was dealing with Mike Casson. They were doing something together. Mike Casson was my immediate contact at Initiative or Western Media. And but Rob Weller, I've run into Rob over the years through his production company, and I don't know, we don't see each other that often, but I certainly know what great success he's had, and I've kept up with him. Michael Fields and I stayed in really close contact for years, and perhaps was a next step for me after I finally I left Qube, went to ABC in Boston for Bob Bennett, and then when I went to Kids Are People Too in New York, my first production that I actually produced something other than just being talent was with Michael Fields. WNEP in Scranton, Wilkesboro. Scranton called me to do a children's show, and I brought Michael Fields in, and we produced it together, and I learned quite a lot from him. And then he stayed at NEP and continued to work with them. He went on to work with them. And then over the years, I'd catch up with him in Boston. I caught up with him in New York, and so we've stayed in touch over the years, and it's been fun. He's been sort of a mentor to me. I've always been able to call him. Michael Fields is very opinionated, and he will tell you exactly. So if I say, "Hey, what do you think of this idea?" It's crap. So he's it's a good person to have. Someone who tells you exactly what they think, and no holds barred. So I consider Michael Fields a very important person in my career. And then years later, Niall Hinson and I. When I was doing something, I was doing a live show for PAX TV, and Niall was working in Branson, Missouri. We talked about doing something together, and so I kept up with Niall.